It's the Fellowship of the Geek Show, a weekly podcast about comics, the comic book industry, and other geek pop culture. Music courtesy of Manny the Martyr. And now, on with the show!
Hey there, everybody. It's the Fellowship of the Geeks podcast. My name is Thomas Chick, and joining me for this episode is Mike Marlowe.
Hey, gang.
Les Webster.
Hello, all.
And Liz Newman.
Everybody.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Oh,
Very
same as
well.
usual.
Hope everybody out there is doing okay. So what's been going on in your corner of the galaxy?
Well, I finally finished season 1 of Andor, and I'm one episode in season 2. It has picked up, it did, but now we're at the beginning of season 2, and I feel like they've hit the same problem that they did with season 1. How did Brandon say it's BBY4? Now he told me that meant something, but I think it was before the Death Star is blown up.
It's 4
Before
years
the
before
battle.
the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah. So, but from season 1 to season 2, a year has passed. And so we've kind of picked up, and I'm still not sure what's going on, but we're one episode in, and now that I understand 3 episodes is an arc, I'll deal with it. But when it started, this may be spoilers, he's standing in this really nice room, and it's like, wow, he went from a thief and a prisoner to a major upgrade. He's got this nice little uniform on and everything else, and so he's talking to this girl, and they walk out to the one of the classic, I don't know what they're called, the circle with the 2 wings on the side of them that the stormtroopers and stuff ride. Well, this was the new prototype. So I guess they didn't have those yet. So this was a new prototype that he was stealing. And that's when it dawned on me, oh, this isn't his upgrade. And then Brandon's like, yeah, and that's that's an Empire uniform he's wearing too. So it was like, oh, okay. Makes much more sense. Went from being homeless to this nice place, So, but it is kind of interesting because, of course, I grew up on what I call the original 3. I know they put 3 more before it and 6 more after it, but to me, it's the original 3.
They're still the originals, yeah.
Yep. And I grew up with that. So it's kind of neat to see how things are falling into place and why things were, why the rebels were rebelling. And, so it's kind of neat to see that perspective because you kind of get they do explain it, so you're not lost on why they're fighting each other, but it's kind of nice to see it kind of firsthand of how bad it was getting and what they were doing to everybody. And, they didn't give a fuck about anybody in the planet but themselves, so that's kind of an interesting story, one I haven't seen come out of Star Wars. Plus, it's not Star Wars. So that's kind of neat too, because,
Well, it's Star Wars. It's just not Skywalker saga.
right. It's in that universe, but it's kind of like why I like The Mandalorian. There was not a lot of lore you got to be up on to enjoy it. It's part of that universe, So we will definitely finish that one. I like it. Countdown, I think it's halfway over now. That one's doing really well. It's always in the top 10 on Amazon, so we'll probably see a season 2 out of that one. And Jensen is actually announced quite a few projects of his coming out besides doing really well on Countdown. And like I said, probably, and unless he dies of this brain thing he has in this show, it probably will see a season 2, but they're doing a prequel to The Boys, and he started filming on that now, so that should be coming out soon. They just wrapped on Gen B. They said all the production, everything's done on that. We should see that coming out pretty soon. And since he's talking about it, I think we'll probably see a cameo or two come out of that. But they're also talking about a supernatural revival, not on The Boys or anything, but like actual supernatural. I mean, I had to keep checking to make sure it wasn't like an April Fool's joke or something. And it's not. Everybody's talking, it's happening. And this is where people may throw me off the fandom here. I'm kind of mixed. I think when Kripke was writing the story, he had a story to tell and he told it really well, and he didn't want to go past 5 seasons. So at the end of 5 seasons, I think it was CW at the time, wanted to keep going because it was their number one show. So Robert Benedict stepped in and started writing for the show, and he carried it for the next 10 seasons. Well, I, he told his story and Kripke told his story. I don't know where the story would come from without dishonoring the other stories they put down, you know. Part of why I didn't like the Winchesters. You start messing with this beautiful story you told us and was making it crap. So I don't know if I really want another season of Supernatural because I don't know where they would go and it'd actually be good, you know. Dean died. If you keep bringing him back, it kind of cheapens the major heartstrings they pulled, and they showed us Sam live his life and was happy and had a family. We don't want to disturb that. Yeah, it sucks Dean died, but he died. He went to heaven. Then eventually Sam died. We saw him in heaven. There's no story to tell, you know? So,
If only they'd learned that for Buffy. But anyway.
yeah. And see, that's what I'm scared
Mm-hmm.
of.
Right. No,
And,
no, exactly.
and they went out on a high. This show hasn't been on for what, 4 or 5 years now? And their
Mm.
fandom is even huger than it was when the show was running.
All
So
right. We
it's like,
can't get
why?
you to stop talking about it. So, you know.
Right. But it's like, why do you want to come back and maybe go out on a low, a
Mm.
cancellation,
Right.
instead of,
That's what happens more often than not, too. I mean, I've seen it multiple. I mean, Buffy's a great example. Clone Wars was a great example of that, too.
yeah,
There was no reason to come back for season 5 of that. And the episodes just didn't make any sense.
yeah. And see, I will be the first to admit that after Kripke left and Robert took over, there was there was a transition period there, and it sucked. I mean, it really sucked. You could tell the difference in the storytelling, and until he found his groove, it started to get better again. So it's kind of like, the fandom was big enough and loved them enough to stick with them through that. But I'm afraid now we don't just have supernatural fans in the fandom anymore. The Boys has brought a lot of them in. Now Countdown's brought a lot of them in. So they're not going to maybe stick it out with them the way the original did. So I don't
Right.
know.
They've evolved from being Supernatural fans into being um,
Jensen fans or
Jensen
Jared
fans and
fans.
Jared
Yeah.
fans, and yeah, and honestly, several of the others.
Yeah. Misha's doing really good.
Um,
Quite a few of them,
Morgan has kicked ass in a lot of the stuff he's done since then.
Yeah. And of course,
So yeah.
Kripke, you
Hmm.
know, he's the one doing all the boys and stuff right now. He also did no, that wasn't him. Never mind. I was thinking Preacher Man, but it was both Garth
Preacher,
Ennis
yeah.
stories, but he didn't
Right,
have
but
anything to do with it.
somebody else made Preacher, yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. But in all of this, a lot of this was talked about because he did an interview with Men's Health magazine, which I didn't read I didn't read the interview. I haven't seen that yet. But a picture of him brought me to a Reddit.
oh geez.
Yeah, that place sucks. It's like, oh my God. I guess it's full of like teenagers or something. I don't know. I figured out real quick why I don't go on Reddit very often. But in this Reddit, they were talking about, and one of the later seasons, after Dean and Sam like saved the world, their reward was bringing their mother back. And you guys know how I feel about their mother. She was awful. She was absolutely awful. She was a horrible woman. She never should have came back. And I said that. I guess you don't say that in their fandom because, oh my God, people were downvoting me and I now have negative karma. It's like, damn, is that even a thing? And I mean, oh man. And see, and I wasn't even saying they didn't deserve a reward. I think they should have brought Bobby back, the guy who stayed with them when one of them died and the other one ran off. Well, when Mary came back, she did what John did and ran off on him. Bobby would have stayed. So that was the point I was making. And no, they didn't want to hear that. You think Mary's horrible. And it's like, no, I don't think it's just Mary. I think Mary and John were horrible parents to their kids, which made them the people they were. So no, I have negative karma and a bunch of people hate me and they think I hate Jensen. So that's kind of funny.
Well, we don't have to worry about Liz going down the Reddit rabbit hole soon.
Right.
She's apparently not allowed.
No, I pretty much was like, fuck y'all, I'm out of here.
Right.
I mean,
And
and
that's
you
why
know,
I don't post comments on Reddit. I just read.
Mm,
oh man, yeah, you probably have good karma.
I do.
reading just for the comic value most of the time, I'm sure.
Well,
I
go ahead, and I'll talk about my thoughts about
well,
Reddit.
I had a few coloring groups that I was involved with, so I did have a couple of karma from if I saw their picture and followed it over there, I would like it or whatever. I did have a little bit of karma. Last look that I had, I was like negative 138. So it's like nobody cared what my opinion was and just, oh, she doesn't like Mary. And hey, wonderful actress. She's beautiful, but on the script, she sucked as a mom, and as a mom, I can say that. So,
Right. You're right. As a mom, you were duly offended, and
yeah,
apparently Reddit kid couldn't handle that. And,
couldn't handle that.
so
And
well.
the thing also is, it's great when you see all these people, these little puppies all pissed off and everything else, but it's like, this is the power of writing. You guys fell in love so hard with these people that you're willing to call me all kinds of names and which hey, that's great, but you need to separate your fantasy from reality, you know. I I may go on about
That is
Jensen.
your opinion.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know I will never meet him. I will probably never see him in person in my life. I'm not a stalker. I kid about it. That's all fun and good. But these people, if I was him, I would be worried about these people.
Right. Some of them are downright creepy.
Oh, it's crazy. And one of them, I mean, which I didn't know until I was reading all this bullshit they were throwing at me, I didn't know that he didn't live in Texas anymore. He now lives in New York City. So it's like,
New York City.
yeah, he became a Yankee guy.
Get a rope.
It's like, oh my God. But see, I didn't know that. So it's kind of like, well, you know. So there are more crazier people out there than
Hmm. You go on believing that, Lewis.
yeah,
That's good. That's fine. It's
but
good.
I do enjoy his acting. Everything he's been in, I've really enjoyed. Like I said, from my Days of Our Lives days, which that'll come up later on tonight. Um, I enjoyed him on there, and I've been continuing to follow him on TV shows for the rest of his career. But I wouldn't follow him in person. I am not a threat. Steve, pass that along. You didn't have to move to New York.
Well, if
So
Liz disappears in the next couple of days, we'll know where she's headed.
going to New York. But I do have a sister close. No,
Uh-huh.
but no, and I wish both the boys the best of success. Because even as much as I go on about Jensen, I do think it's cool that he grew up in Richardson and went to the same schools and stuff that I did. So that's kind of what piqued my interest to begin with. But Jared's a Texan too. He deserves all the success, but I've always it was Jensen first. You know? I didn't know Jared until Gilmore Girls. And then Supernatural, and then that was cool because both of them were together. But yeah, that's all I've been doing is getting a lot of hate and
That's
losing
all
all the
she's wi-
karma that I need.
that's all she's willing to admit without a subpoena. So,
Right?
it's all good.
I mean, that's crazy. And it's crazy the things that complete stranger feels comfortable enough saying to you. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like, you know
it's
what?
because that there's
Keyboard warrior.
anonymity is a powerful weapon, and
Yeah.
it's kind of sad and sick. And
Well, to me, it's funny because it's like, imagine you being all mad at me and I'm over here coloring.
well, there's that too.
Not a big deal. This is your probably went and told all your friends. I told this old lady off. Ooh. And who lost
Hmm.
karma?
Yeah, you can have your Reddit karma.
Right.
The
I'll
rest of
I'll
us will take real life karma any day.
yeah, I'll stick with my Discord and Twitter. Thanks.
Oh, because Twitter's better than Reddit. Okay.
No, see, with Twitter's kind of like Facebook. Once you start liking certain things or following certain people, that tends to be what you see. And my timeline over on Twitter is probably about 80% puppies. So that's
That's
that's my
probably
happy
for the
place.
best.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll see what's trending, but no, I usually just
Yeah,
go
you
there to
probably
see what
shouldn't.
my rescue groups are doing or who the new dog is or you know. And then I go to Facebook and it's like, God, let me go back to my puppies. Facebook's kind of scary. If you search one thing, it winds up on your Facebook timeline like over and over. So you can imagine what my Facebook looks right now. I mean, it's talking about wills and it's depressing as hell. So it's like I don't want to be over there. Why do they do that? I want to see my friends and stuff, not doom and gloom.
Who determines your karma? That's what I want to know.
The
Do
whole
what?
universe.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean on Reddit?
Yeah.
Those idiots. The idiots she's talking about. People who downvote her stuff.
Yeah.
Either upvote or downvote, and it depends on what else you do.
Yeah.
So
See, they give you so much karma when you sign up. That's kind of like your Tom on MySpace, your first friends. But then the more you engage with, like I said, I have a coloring community that I engage with occasionally. They're more on Facebook or Discord, but occasionally I have to go over there. So the more you like people's stuff, or they like a comment. Oh, I like your picture. They can like that. Well, the more they like it, the more karma you get. If they downvote you, it takes away your karma. So these people downvoted me so much that I lost all the karma that I had. Plus, I'm now negative. So it'll, which kind of sucks because most communities won't let you join if you don't have a certain amount of karma. And now here I've been on fucking Reddit since 2002 or whatever it was, and I have negative karma. Can you say bot? So,
To say
yeah,
stupid, how's that?
yeah,
It is.
it's
Well,
crazy.
People are
yeah.
involved. Of course, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
And seeing Facebook kind of does the same thing, but only instead of telling you how much somebody hates you, they just kind of filter it and your algorithm gets changed around. So the more you like something, the more you see it.
Yeah.
Or I'm finding out the more you search something, the more it comes up. And oh, you might like this group because they talked about their toe.
Well, and YouTube does that too.
Yeah,
You'll watch one thing, and all of a sudden you get 20 other suggestions based off of that.
yeah,
So now, and
yeah,
for the record, I have one karma
yeah,
because there's been times I'll be honest, I've wanted a comment, but a lot of the mods they've got it set up where you have to have at least two karmas to comment.
yeah,
Otherwise, it'll delete your comment. So I can't post comments. So I don't have a ton of karma, just one.
yeah.
Because all
Yeah,
I do is like something. Yeah. So,
Going back to
See, I
my
think they
stupid.
went in and filtered some of it out because now I'm back to negative 61.
okay.
Ooh, the grain and ground.
Yay!
On your way.
Oh
Well,
boy.
maybe some actual people with brains came in and read the comment and go, oh, yeah, that did suck what they did to their kids. And so if they up like it, you know,
Or maybe it
yeah,
came from one of the coloring communities or something.
yeah, that too.
Now, some of the subreddits are horrible. I will admit that. I'm not gonna lie about that. But some of the ones I've joined, like there's one on box office about bad box office. It's kind of interesting because I see some interesting discussions and somebody maybe throwing out a theory on something like that's kind of interesting. But
Yeah.
I'm also on DC Cinematic, and God, for the last several months, it's been the Snyder brothers, the boys versus anybody else.
Yeah.
It's been horrible because of this freaking movie.
Yep. See, that's why I usually stay away from forum-based things. They tend to get a little clicky. And when they become clicky, they become echo chambers and they won't
Hmm.
listen to an opinion outside of that. So,
Hmm.
from my opinion on what little I have been in Reddit, it's a big, huge echo chamber. They only want to hear their opinion back at them, and that's it. You know, if you have a different opinion or maybe didn't see it that way, you're bad. And I guess like with all the research and stuff I've been doing, it has linked me to Reddit a few times. So there is a few times that it'll take me over there, but I don't think I'd ever go to Reddit for fun
Eh,
or to kill
Fair enough.
time.
Fair enough. Like
Yep.
I said, there's some stuff that I find that's kind of interesting in some news items and some interesting discussions, but
Yeah.
I also also see the other stuff, so I can understand why people get. I can see why Reddit has the reputation it has.
Hmm.
Like I said, I won't lie about that. I won't even argue that. I get
Well,
that.
well, and to me, it seems like maybe a younger audience than maybe what I am.
Well, it
Which
could
no,
be.
no,
Ah,
no doubt, no downing them. I mean, everybody needs a place where you can go and vent and talk it out. But sometimes to me, the opinions are really immature. And it's like, yeah, you live life a couple more years and pay bills, and you won't think that
Well,
way. You know.
Unfortunately, some of those immature opinions are not coming from someone who's physically immature.
Right.
Yeah.
Grown
Which is
people
even
our age can have
sadder.
immature opinions too, and a lot of
Exactly.
them do.
Exactly.
And like
Exactly.
you said with the what he said.
Admins.
And
Admins.
anonymity.
Well, yeah, with
Yeah.
the
Anonymity. Okay.
yeah, that word.
Yeah.
People do
Him.
feel a little bit more bolder to say
Hmm.
things they wouldn't
Mhm,
say, you know. So
mhm.
I can maybe see that. And not like I'm some intellectual or something like that, but sometimes it's like, you have no life experience. Or
Trust
you've
me,
had it
friends.
really, really good.
Trust me, friends. She's totally intellectual. She's totally intellectual.
Yeah. Uh,
So,
but yeah,
so
that's it. Like I said, I'm gonna stay away, and I don't know.
yeah, that's fair enough. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Mhm.
but like I said, I knew it wouldn't be a popular opinion because I don't know. I don't even I don't know. Maybe they watched a different show, or maybe with a different
Well, they
perspective
watched
than
it
I
with a
did.
different perspective. They don't
Yeah,
understand where your
Yeah.
view on it, and they
yeah,
probably never will. And you're not going to enlighten them at this point. So
yeah.
To
And the
each their
point
own.
I was
you
trying to
get to
make,
decide what to do with it.
Dean was such a fan of his mom, and then they brought him back, and to have such a shitty relationship, it was like it was horrible, you know. He no longer idolized his mom, and that's just kind of sad, you know. So,
Right. And the irony is that she is the one who took that away from it.
yeah, again,
So
because we found that out 15 seasons, his parents fucked him up, you know.
right.
But
It's a rough
no, we
lesson to
love
learn.
him. And I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I love me some Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I will
Mm.
watch him as Negan. I will watch him as Danny Trejo on Grey's Anatomy. I will watch him sing the phone book. But he was a horrible dad on Supernatural. But he played it well. He did it wonderfully. So,
Right. I mean, it's
you
not like
know,
Negan is a lovable character in
right?
Walking Dead either. So dude's got a bit of a type. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And he does it well, and that's
He does
great.
it well.
He's an
And
actor. That's his
and
job.
people took that wrong, you know. It's
Hmm.
like you can have some great people who have some shitty parents, and 9 times out of 10 that's why they're great people. They rose above, and that's what they did. And for people to say they were great parents, you're taking part of the struggle away from the boys that they grew up with, you know, which made the
Hmm.
story great.
Hmm.
Should have brought Bobby back instead.
Well, we
No,
won't downvote you.
thank you. You guys understand where I'm coming from. I love the show, but
Mm-hmm. Oh, we know.
you can not like some of the story that they give you, you know? That's
Right.
fine
You can
too.
add there are aspects of the story that, yeah, that are not lovable.
Yeah,
And that's okay. That's part of what makes a decent story in a lot of cases. I
exactly.
mean,
I
it's
go
battling
back to what
adversity.
David Pepose told us. He was like, anytime I could make somebody feel something, I've done my job as a writer. So it's great to see the fandom like that, you know,
Mhm.
because that was a great story wrote, but it's just sad to see you turn on each other. You know, I'm a fan too, you know.
Mhm.
So, but yep, that's me. That's my universe.
And what a universe.
Right.
Mm.
Cool. All right. So I am going to my thing was a movie. I watched a movie. I'm gonna full disclosure. I watched this before I watched Nosferatu, which I talked about last week, but that's okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, it's not Nosferatu. I'm not gonna talk about that again. Um, no. This movie is the original title is Quatermass 2. It was actually titled. It was given the title "Enemy from Space" in the U.S. It is a 1957 British science fiction horror film from Hammer Film Productions. Not surprisingly, since the first Quatermass movie was also from Hammer Film Productions. But so this was a couple of years later, and it's these movies are based on essentially short TV series that was it's kind of the typical way that the BBC does those things. They'll just sort of pop off like 6 or 8 episodes of something randomly. Not unlike the way Amazon and Netflix do now. So it was kind of the template for that. But so there's not always a set schedule for those sorts of things. But so this movie, which is the second movie, is based on what was the second TV series. And it's the story of, again, Professor Quatermass. And this time he's stumbling across evidence of an alien invasion in just straight up happening in England in this time frame. And he's doing the usual Quatermass thing of running around trying to get people to believe him and get people to listen to him, and which is kind of a typical alien invasion framework. That's what a lot of those types of movies are. But this is, of course, the brash Brian Donlevy, American, running around in the British countryside yelling at British people. He's still not. I mean, I don't want to say he's not a likable character. He's what's a good way to describe him? He's, like I said, he's brash, and he doesn't have much tolerance for stupid people, and a lot of people he runs across are stupid people. Not necessarily, I mean, they're just normal people, and he just views them as stupid people, and so he's not the most charismatic guy in the world, which Brian Donlevy pulls off beautifully every time from what I've seen so far. He does it well. Whether that's because he's acting or not, who knows? I don't know the guy. But this is a fun movie, and I talked about the first one. This one is actually, I don't want to say it's better than the first one. It's different from the first one, and it's probably equally as good. The reason this story is different is because it's a little more action oriented. The first movie was just mostly a lot of walking around in offices shouting at each other. And then eventually you get to where they're sort of running around the city trying to find the alien dude. This one is a little, there's like armies involved in this for the most. I mean, they're small armies, but you've got like people with guns shooting at each other quite a bit in this movie, and like there's a battle to take over the plant that the aliens are setting up so that they can convert the atmosphere into what's breathable for them, which is utterly poisonous to us. And so it's kind of the battle to save the Earth type situation, and it works pretty well. You get a few characters back. You get the cop. He goes, I mean, almost like the third thing he does in the movie is he goes and tracks down Inspector Lomax, who was the cop from the first one, and starts trying to convince him of what's going on. And then Lomax starts to see signs too, and then they go visit the plant because they've got a government connection, and so that it's a government set up operation. And then there's like they get to the plant and they're arguing with the workers there, and then the workers they leave, and then the workers start like trying to revolt against the people running the place, and because they're all aliens. And yeah, and it's pretty wild, and it's actually a lot of fun. I like the movie quite a bit.
What is it called?
It's called Quatermass 2.
Quatermass 2.
It's on Tubi. And I believe the third one is too, and I'm sure I'll get to that sometimes also. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. It's good in, like I said, slightly different ways than the first first one is good. I like the first one. Say what you will about Val Guest and Nigel Neal, they were pretty damn good at their job, really. Val Guest was the director, and he and Nigel Neal wrote the story. So
The people who worked at the factory, did they know there were aliens to begin with?
no,
Okay.
well, it was like a possession. The aliens were possessing certain people, and they had already worked their way into society a little bit, and so they were running the plant and had
Okay.
connections in the government already, connections in the police. Not to get too spoilery for, like I said, a movie from 1957, but
Hmm.
yeah, when they figured out because there was a mark, the possession thing left a mark on them somewhere, and when they started finding that, that's when they kind of figured it out, and the workers had been cranky anyway, and so them revolting wasn't a huge leap.
Wasn't that
Them,
kind of what
them,
what was it called? The V? Wasn't that kind of the premise of that one too? Aliens
um,
come and take
it, V,
over and
V was an alien invasion. It was a little different premise, but yeah, it's the same idea.
okay.
It's a very similar idea. They're coming in to take over. I mean, there's as I recall, the deal with V was um, they were setting up Earth basically as a farm,
Yeah.
a food source. With this one, it was like I said, they were coming into. They weren't necessarily eating anybody, but they were taking over the planet, and they had to make dramatic changes to the atmosphere to be able to live here. But
Hmm.
that's what the plant was for. But like a manufacturing
Check that
plant,
out.
not like a big thing with leaves plant.
Yeah.
In case I wasn't clear with that. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty fun.
Sounds like it.
That's what I got.
Okay. Les.
Well, I've got nothing exciting. I know that, especially after hearing my predecessors. But I did take the chance on watching the new movie on uh, Amazon Prime, Heads of State. And I scored points with my wife because it had guns, it had shooting, it had car chases, it had killing left and right. So she was very pleased.
Does it bother you that she's so keen on violence? I mean, are you worried at all about your own?
No, I'm not because I'm constantly watching to make sure that I'm not in a threat of any sort.
Okay, good. Good job. Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant.
That I shall. Thank you. Um, this one stars Idris Elba and John Cena as heads of countries. Cena is the president. Elba is the Prime Minister of Great Britain. And yes, there are a lot of guns, a lot of fighting, a lot of shoot 'em up. So it's interesting.
Hmm.
It's got some humor to it, so it works.
Cool.
Yeah, my sister said I should watch it.
Is it a
Oh,
newer
cool.
movie?
It just came out last week.
Uh,
Can't get much newer than that.
no. As I say, I've seen a lot of John Cena, so
This was
that's
one
pretty
of
cool.
his better ones because he did play somewhat of an idiot.
He, he's good at that.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Well,
he
usually
does.
the
Yeah,
part he plays, he's like funny and dumb, or
yeah.
Mhm.
funny because he is dumb.
Now that
Peacemaker.
I wouldn't say for sure that he's dumb, but
Yeah.
his roles are not the smartest person.
Yeah, but I like him.
All right, he's building a pretty good career at this point, so
He is.
I think he's probably not dumb.
Yep.
Close to retiring from wrestling, so
hmm
that's about all I've got this week.
As long as he doesn't get big enough to where he starts putting claws that his character can't lose any fights.
Yeah. I was about to say he definitely did it different than The Rock did. It, most of the time when you see him like in interviews and stuff, John Cena, he seems like the kind of guy that would be really nice and just really down to earth to talk to. Most of the time when you see Rock talk, it's like, man, can he even see anybody past his nose? Because he is so in love with himself, and it's very apparent. He almost has that ego when he talks. So it's almost like Cena has a humility about himself. You know, he knows where he came from.
True.
But he
That's
seems
about
a
it
little
for
more
me.
Okay.
appreciative.
Uh, well, for me, I was able to go see the new Superman movie.
Oh, cool.
hmm And Les was kind enough to join me, and my sister went with us as well.
Cool.
I loved it. It was great. Um, kind of piggybacking on what Les was saying last week, the cast was perfect. I can't think of any of them that I went, wow, that was just totally miscast. Everybody was great. The story was really good. Um, David Cornsweet, he nailed it. He nailed it. As long as he wants to do it, I want him to be Superman.
Wow, cool.
He had some
He,
big shoes to fill.
yeah. Yeah. Well, and my sister and I had some conversations because my sister was a big she had a crush on Christopher Reeve, and I enjoyed this. I enjoyed him as well, even with as bad as 3 and 4 were. Um, I just really feel bad for Brandon Routh and Henry Cavill. I think they would. I think they were strong enough to have done the job
Yeah, they kind of didn't get a chance though.
Yeah,
if they had better support, meaning scripts and all
hmm
that.
hmm
And
I
and the thing
agree.
about Brendan, it's even worse is they were trying to continue the Chris Reeve universe. So he wasn't really playing Superman. He was playing Christopher Reeve playing Superman, which was, oh God, it was
Right, that's rough.
Yeah,
now granted he did a great job, but that's unfair for him because he didn't really have a chance to put anything of him into the character. At
hmm
least not until they did the Crisis on Infinite Earths little event on the CW shows, because he played Superman on there as well,
Cool.
and he did a good job there. So it's kind of one of those, you see that and go, what might have been. So
yeah.
um but yeah, a really good movie. I think this new DCU is off to a really, really good start. We'll see how things go from there. Um, Nicholas Hoult was awesome as Lex. I had heard that he knocked it out of the park, and damn if he didn't.
Hmm.
Cool.
Because the whole thing of is Luthor's going after Supes, well, for a couple reasons. One, he's not human. He's an alien. But the thing is Luthor. Superman is more humane than Luthor will ever be.
Yeah.
So the humans not being humane, the aliens is.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the nice the thing to it. So, but some very nice Easter eggs. Les and I talked about some of those. Yeah, my only complaint about seeing it is that in the theater we were seeing it, they had the volume way too damn loud.
Mm.
It was like that's just a little too much.
Yeah.
But it's got a nice bunch of nice humor. Nathan Fillion as Guy was just, oh man, you could tell he was enjoying the hell out of it. You could tell. Uh, Especially singing. I'm not spoiling anything because some of it's been in the trailers where he's dealing with an army and he's using the ring and he's designing hands to kind of push the soldiers back in the tanks, but in between he's alternating a hand and then another hand flipping them off. So he's pushing them and then flipping them off, then pushing them and flipping them off, pushing them and flipping off. I'm like, yeah, that's Guy. uh, and of course, Crypto steals the show, which
Given.
that's,
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah. The dog usually does.
So we'll see what happens. But that's about it.
We're supposed to go tomorrow night.
Cool.
Yep. Tickets
You
are
will.
half price and free upgrade on popcorn. So
Ooh.
Yeah, you will enjoy it.
Where do you
And
plan to go see it?
we're gonna go to Firewheel. I think the 3D one.
IMAX. There you
Uh-huh.
go. See, and I was a little concerned about it because it was filmed in IMAX. I was like, well, I'm not seeing it in IMAX, so how, you know,
Yeah.
I was wondering about it, but I didn't even think about watching it. So I guess it wasn't an issue.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Cool.
about, oh God, I could tell this was filmed for a different screen and it's not working here. I didn't even think about that. So,
Hmm.
but hey, we're doing real good right now. We had Thunderbolts 2 months ago, and now we got this, and in just a short period of time, we're gonna have
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, and everything I've been reading about that, it sounds like we got another hit. So we've got a lot of nice strings of well done hero films.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, I
Which
had
me,
posted that article in Discord where James Gunn was like, we don't have a superhero fatigue. We have a mediocre movie fatigue.
that's and that is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
Eh,
I totally agree.
Well, I mean, Superman's already gone over 400 million
Yep.
globally.
Nice.
That's not oh this is not superhero fatigue.
No.
It's hey, this is actually a pretty good film.
Yeah. And it's something different. Oh, and it's got a dog in it.
Uh
But yeah, I agree. I think I'm not busting on Marvel because I have thoroughly enjoyed their first 5 phases of their movies. I think the problem they ran into is quantity instead of quality. They
they've they've
pumped them
they've
out,
ev-
pumped them out, pumped them out,
they've admitted to that as much. So yeah,
Yeah.
they realize it.
With the first up until Endgame, they had planned that out. And they took their time laying it out. And that's why it was so good, you know. Hopefully, Gunn comes over to DC and he does the same thing. Let's lay it out and make it good again, you know.
Oh, they have a 10-year plan, just like Kevin Feige had Marvel planned out. It just they just try to do a little too much with this last couple of phases. They tried experiments, which, hey, props to them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't have thought about doing an Eternals film or or Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, it did okay. And some of the other choices they did, I wouldn't have thought of that. So props to them for trying it, because
Was it Morbius also theirs?
that was Sony.
Was it? Okay.
Now Sony's learned their lessons. They're not doing any other movies other than Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
they've killed all their other ideas. So, and it's not just Morbius. It's Morbius, and then Madam Web, and then Craven.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember that Craven came out?
No.
Yeah,
I
didn't see it. I don't think anybody did, but it came out.
I watched.
I haven't even seen it on streaming yet.
I watched one of my reviewers. They watched the film, so I watched it with them. And from what I saw, it looked like it was all right. It looked like it was a pretty good movie. I just
didn't have anything to do with Craven.
Well, I just think after Morbius and Madam Web, there's just a lot of people going, well, I don't want to see this one, especially since it's a spider-related character, but we know damn well Spidey's not going to be involved, because that's this whole thing that Sony had in their mind. We want to build up all these other people, but don't have Spider-Man involved with it. And
right. We can make Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man, no problem.
Just I don't know.
Well, the way they keep dancing around them in Venom too, it's like, Jesus. Either put the damn spider in the movie or don't.
Right.
Quit teasing us.
Yeah. So anyway. So yeah, Superman was really, really good, and I can't wait for Fantastic Four.
Cool.
Yep.
So, all right. Before we get into this week's discussion, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Welcome back. It is casting call time again.
Woo!
Yay! For those of you who are joining us for the first time, what we do is about every other month, I come up with a scenario, usually live action, whether it's TV or a movie, some such like that. We've done other things. We've even done a radio show, and we've done animated. And it's mostly comic book related, not always, but some. And then I put together a list of characters for all of us to do our casting choices. And so with this, to kind of celebrate the new Fantastic Four movie, which will be out by the time this drops, we're doing a Fantastic Four movie that's released in 1979.
Woo.
So with that, who would like to go first?
I'll kick us off.
Okay.
I don't know why I had a little. I don't know. I was kind of mentally blocked on this one, so my casting may be a little off.
You say that every time too.
Yeah,
so don't worry about it.
normally I go. Normally I go with vanity, but this time I kind of went with who was more popular during that time. So keep that in mind with my choices. This would be like if fans casted,
Okay.
of that time.
Okay.
Sure.
So
No problem.
starting off first, we have Mr. Fantastic, who, of course, is the leader of the group. And with him, I casted Henry Winkler as Mr. Fantastic.
Huh.
It's an
That's
interesting
interesting.
choice.
That is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although he was playing a teenager, wasn't he like in his 30s or something? So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
That's
Well, I mean, they were a little vague on what fun,
yeah, if
but
he was
yeah,
older or,
he was a little
yeah.
older than like Ron Howard was for sure.
But we learned later after Happy Days that he he's got some acting chops. So
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
I think it would have been the heartthrob in his little breakout. Other than
Well,
Happy Days, of course,
well, even while he was doing Happy Days, he kind of showed some of off. They did a TV movie of was it American Christmas Carol, and he played Scrooge. So it was American
Oh,
Right.
Scrooge.
there you go.
That is right. I'd
Cool.
forgotten about that. Yeah.
I know our resident Christmas movie is expert. Totally
All
forgot
right.
that one.
I totally spaced that one.
Oh,
It's not like
I
there
think
aren't 400 million of
that's
those
what I was
things to
saying.
remember.
I think I like the Disney and the Bill Murray one, so that's probably why.
well, there's 400 million. That's just on a lifetime alone.
Right.
Yeah, right. And then he played a teacher, didn't he? That I thought he was pretty good at too.
He might have somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his character's profession was on night shift.
He's working in a morgue,
Okay, he was the one that was in the morgue. All right.
and he originally was with Clint Howard.
I
Clint
hadn't
Howard
seen that in forever.
he had the famous line, "That Barney Rubble, what an actor."
Well, he's not wrong.
He's not.
I was thinking the water boy. He was the coach on there. He was a teacher. See, I was
Oh,
right.
yep. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, he was the principal in the first Scream film.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Cool.
Well, all right. Well, I'll jump in next.
All righty.
So I could make my own picks controversial here, and I probably will mention. But as far as I don't know if he's quite as popular as Fonzie, but a guy who was doing quite a bit of work in a pretty interesting array of movies at the time. Um, I'm choosing Michael York.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You scared me there for a second, but that's a good choice.
I figured, well, I mean, overlooking the fact that he's British, I mean, he goes from D'Artagnan to Logan 5,
Hmm.
and I mean, just an insane amount of other stuff in between. So I
Good
think he could
choice.
probably manage it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, Les.
For my first one, I'm going with Richard Chamberlain,
Ooh.
Hmm.
who was on Dr. Kildare for several years. I've always enjoyed Chamberlain's stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's always a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he was the original Jason Bourne, and he also because I think it was a TV movie back in like '77 or something that they did an adaptation of the Bourne Identity. He also was really good in Shogun,
Oh yeah,
which was a couple years later, but still,
yeah. Shogun
it's all the
was
same.
tremendous.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Okay, for my choice, I picked someone who did a lot of sci-fi films in the 70s. I
Vincent
don't know.
Price.
Close. How about Doug McClure?
Oh, interesting.
Valley of Guanji, among others.
He did a bunch of westerns earlier on too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of him, but I can see it. I can see it.
As can I.
Be fun.
He's got the smile.
Yeah. And the stretchy arms. No, I'm kidding. But
Alrighty, next.
All right. The next one we have Invisible Girl, and I went with Miss Pam Dopper.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
it was Mindy.
She
Mhm.
was.
Alrighty, Mikey.
Very interesting. Um, so my controversy is that my pick is a bit young for Michael York, but there was a lot of that crap going on in movies back in those days, so we're just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
For Invisible Girl, I chose Sybil Shepherd.
Okay.
I mean, she's not super young. I mean, she'd been around for like 10 years at this point, but
Right.
she's probably in her late 20s anyway.
Mhm.
She also proved a few years later that she could actually act.
Mhm.
True.
So I think she could pull off Sue.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Didn't think about her, but yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Les.
I adored this woman. When she was on TV, and I first saw her in what was it, West of Eden, or maybe it was East of Eden. Jane Seymour. I've always enjoyed Jane Seymour.
She's good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very good choice.
Isn't she Dr. Quinn?
Yes.
Okay.
That's her.
That's her.
I was trying to think.
Oh, what was her name in Live and Let Die?
Solitaire.
Solitaire. That's right.
Yep. Bond girl.
First Bond girl for Roger Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, she was different in the 70s.
Mm-hmm. She
From
was
what I
younger in
remember.
the 70s.
Yeah.
That tends to happen. Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah.
um, when I was searching around, uh, I saw her picture. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I can kind of see it. I definitely could see it. How about Beverly D'Angelo?
Ooh, okay.
Ellen.
Helen.
Helen.
Ellen.
Uh-huh.
Ellen Griswold.
Griswold. Yeah.
Well, just a couple years
Yeah.
later, she would be Patsy Cline.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, she's pretty good.
She
Yeah,
is.
she's. Mhm.
Very accomplished actress.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Alrighty, next.
All right. Our next one is The Thing, which is basically rock, right? So I'm thinking I just really need a big body to fill in. We're talking about the 70s here. So I went with Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Going with the obvious.
Yep. Straight for
Hercules.
body. Yep. Conan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mikey.
Okay, so I don't know if it means anything, but this guy was the first name I picked out when I started looking at this list. I was like, oh, I want to put this guy in just because I think he'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy who I think got typecast a little bit, but that might actually play to his advantage as he's playing comics first stoner. I was hoping to get a bigger laugh out of Liz on that one, but anyway.
You got one out of me, that's for sure.
So for Ben Grimm, I chose Ken Foree.
And who?
Ken Foree. He was right around this time, I think probably his biggest or most successful role. He was in Dawn of the Dead. A few years later, he was also in a movie called From Beyond, which is based on a Lovecraft story. He does a really nice job in that one.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a cop. But he's a kind of a big athletic looking dude.
Yeah.
And I think is a better actor than a lot of people give him credit for. And from what
Did
I've
a
seen
lot
him, I've seen him in interviews, and he seems to be a genuinely nice guy too. So there's a plus.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's been in a lot of zombie films,
Mm-hmm.
like Rob Zombie.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie. Say what you will about Rob Zombie, he's actually a pretty good judge of talent,
He is.
except this one blind spot, of course.
Yeah. For
For
Baby
his
Moon.
wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Burton came down with that for a while too.
Yeah, Tim Burton did it constantly. It just wasn't always the same person.
Yeah.
Right.
It was basically just whoever he was dating at the time.
To say the Helena for 15 years was his.
Yeah, quite a while.
Yeah.
All righty. Les.
For my Grimm, I went with Ben Chapman. Ben Chapman was 6'5". He played Creature from the Black Lagoon outside the water. When the creature was on land, this was the guy.
Okay.
If you're talking about the original, that was a heavy suit too, from what I've heard. So yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Um, I was watching something on YouTube and I saw him pop on the screen. I'm like, oh, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it because I think he's a little bit better actor than people think about it. And he had a nice little career once he got off the football field. Alex Karras.
Cool. Yeah.
From Babe.
I could see that.
What?
Mongo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
wasn't he also in Babe
The
I
pig
hadn't
movie?
seen
Wife?
Babe.
with his wife? She
I
played
hadn't seen.
Babe Zacharias.
Oh, not the pig movie. Okay.
No.
He
I
did
might
a
have known if it was the pig movie.
he did
Wow.
he did a TV show. What was the comedy? He was it
With Webster.
Was it
Webster.
Webster? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And he was actually pretty good in that.
Hmm.
Huh.
I like it.
And she
Yeah.
played his wife in that too.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Next.
Okay, I'm switching to because now we'll go to the thing's love interest, and then we'll do Human Torch.
You're changing it up. All right.
Switching it up a little. So we have Alicia Masters, who, like I said, was the thing's love interest. She was a blind sculptor. For her, I picked Cheryl Ladd. I'm
Nice.
giving one for Arnold. You know, he owes me.
Dipping into the Charlie's Angels catalog too. That's cool.
Yeah, I almost went with Jacqueline Smith for Invisible Girl. That's kind of what got me Cheryl in my head.
That would be interesting too, for sure.
Yeah.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, I don't want to say I went I went a similar direction, but I think it actually kind of is a similar direction. I went with someone who was more actress than model, but it otherwise is not totally different. I chose Kay Lenz for Alicia Masters.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Nice one, dude.
Okay.
For me, I went very obscure. I went with,
Obscure. Never mind.
this is way out there. Cheryl Smith. Cheryl
Yep, that's out
Smith.
there.
Cheryl Smith was in a movie that I've watched several times and enjoyed her in it, but it was such a dumbass movie. And that was Laser Blast. She played the love interest in Laser Blast.
She was in a bunch of like exploitation type movies in
Hey,
the
it looks like
70s.
she had a different kind of career.
Okay, wait a minute.
No, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Is this CH or is that SH for Cheryl?
I'm seeing CH.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did CH too.
Some of her roles, she was credited as Rainbow Smith.
Yep. Which caused
Yeah.
her downfall. She would hang out at the Rainbow Lounge. And that's where she got hooked on drugs.
Aha. Yeah, that's rough.
That is.
But yeah, I can.
Had pretty eyes.
Yep. She would. Yep. I'm good with this choice.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little non-traditional, but I'm good with it anyway.
Yep.
Well, you'll probably be okay with mine too, because mine's a little bit out of left field, but
Okay.
very talented actress and very beautiful, and I think she could do the job. Julie Carmen.
Oh yeah, she was in the Mouth of Madness.
Yep,
Cool.
and the original Fright Night too.
Ah yeah. Now that works too.
Mm-hmm.
Choice.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty, next.
All right. Now we're going to the Human Torch, which isn't he Invisible Girl's brother?
Yes.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. So I was kind of lost on this one. So I went with Tom Walpett. Walpat?
Wopat?
Luke Duke.
Well, Pat.
Yep.
Yeah. Luke Duke.
Luke Duke.
Okay. Luke
Huh.
Duke.
For sure.
Yeah.
Look, Duke. You see that over there?
I mean, all right. I could see it. It
Yeah.
can work. He's all right.
Yeah.
He was
I
pretty
think
popular at the time
I
too.
think he was better known for his music career than his acting, but that's all right too.
Yeah.
Well, this would have been during the Dukes of Hazzard time,
Right.
Right.
so he
Yeah. Oh
would have
yeah.
been.
No. Yeah. They were
Yeah.
they were popular. I remember. I watched that show. Yeah.
Well, I
All
went with
right.
him because I thought John Snyder was a little bit older, so it would have been either one of the Duke brothers.
Yeah. Either one would work. They're pretty interchangeable, really. That sounds
Would have.
bad, but it's also
Just like
not
on the
untrue.
TV show.
Yep.
hmm
Okay.
Yep. All right. And I'm not in any way disparaging, like I said, the fact that your choice was as at least as well known for his musical career as for his acting, because I went with someone in the same situation.
Elvis. No.
My
Wow.
oh man, I don't think movies sat in the can that long. But anyway, no, I chose for my for my human torch. Man, talking it just got hard. I
Right.
went with
You to say.
Leaf Garrett.
Okay.
I had looked at him too. He was on a lot of magazine covers.
He was, yes, he was very much all
Mhm.
over the teeny bopper magazines in the late 70s. No,
Yep.
early and late 70s,
I think into the 80s too.
maybe.
All righty. Les?
I'm going back to Laser Blast with the title character of Billy was played by Kim Milford, young man that could act. He didn't do a lot of movies, but he was interesting when he did movies. So I enjoyed that.
Hey, if he made a movie like Laser Blast interesting to you, then sign him up. I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
that he made it interesting, but okay.
Well, as interesting as that movie was,
Laser Blast. Is that the one?
With
Where
the
the
ET from Timu.
teenager found the
The
blaster
blaster? Yeah.
out in the desert, and then the aliens had to come and get him,
Right.
take him down. Yeah.
Yeah. I have not watched it, but just a bit of trivia. Mystery Science Theater 3000 did that,
Yeah.
and that was the last episode on Comedy Central, and it was actually the final appearance of Trace Beaulieu as Dr. Frank Forster. It got moved over to Sci-Fi Channel, and that's when they brought in
Joel.
huh?
Joel.
No, Joel.
Oh,
No, Mike was already there at the time.
oh, Mike. I'm
We're,
sorry.
we're, no, it's when they brought in Bill Corbett to do Crow, and then you got Mrs. Forster. I can't remember her name right now. Her actress,
I
who had
know who.
already been there for forever anyway as a writer.
Yeah. Both of them
So
have been. Yeah.
yeah, so a little bit of trivia there for Laser Blast. The the very last episode on Comedy Central.
Probably
also
more
apparently
than it deserved, but go ahead.
also the screen debut of Eddie Deason.
Was that his first?
That was his first movie.
You know, I had him down also for Doctor Doom. Not
Eddie
in this.
Deason?
Yeah, but just
Oh,
as a
not
if
not
he
in the
did a
serious version.
no. But I thought Eddie Deason, that would be a good pick right there.
Boy, you really did have laser blast on the brain, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So for my choice, I picked someone that nobody would recognize. Probably not. His name is Kevin Bacon.
What?
Don't know him.
That guy from
The guy from
Yeah.
Animal House?
Animal House?
In
Think you
Friday
sir
the
might have
13th.
another?
Yep, in Friday
Have
13th.
loose feet or something?
Yeah. Wasn't he a famous dancer of some sort? I
Some sort.
think I know a guy who knows him.
Wasn't he ate by a sandworm?
Hey, you're gonna get him this early in his career? That's awesome.
Right.
That actually would
That
be a
would
good role
be.
for him. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm down.
That would be. When he is a good actor, we rattled off what, 10 movies right there?
Right? He was at least busy, whether he was good or not. And actually, he
Right.
is pretty good. But
He is, yeah. Anything he was in, you knew it'd be good.
Okay. Next.
Okay. I was looking at my list. I forgot I switched the two, and I was like, he put Kevin Bacon as Alicia Beth.
you were the one who switched
Noodle.
it.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Next one we have Neymar the Mariner.
Mariner.
Submariner.
Yep. Or this is moving into our villains. So with
Mhm.
him, I picked. He was a cop, so this would be a stretch for him. But I put Mr. Eric Estrada as Neymar.
Hmm. All right.
Mhm.
I mean, I know he was Mayan, but you know,
Mayan, Atlantean. What's the difference?
yeah, he could do it.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all the same. Not really,
Tomato,
but
tomato.
that's fine. Oh yeah. Like you said, he was popular.
Yep, he was. And it'd be kind of cool to see him play something like that, you know, with
Yeah.
that good boy image he had.
Yep. Be interesting to find out if he could act after all.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Next.
All right. Well, I picked, let's face it, I picked a bad boy. I picked somebody who was famously known for his insane over the top acting and his antics off screen as well. I went with Oliver Reed.
Ooh. That is an interesting choice.
I think Namor would be great for some overacting.
And
Yeah,
a Shakespearean actor. So
Yep.
cool.
good choice.
That's a very interesting choice. Yeah. Alrighty, Les.
I went with a man we watched swim a lot, and that was Rico Browning. Rico Browning was the creature from the Black Lagoon in the water.
Thought you were going to say Patrick Duffy.
Oh, hell no. That's a dumbass show.
Ah,
Yeah,
That was so
it
bad.
was.
Man from Atlantis. Oh, God.
Oh, would
Well,
be
I mean,
fitting.
yeah, it would be fitting.
hmm.
I kind of went left field here. but I think he could do it. I think he's a really good actor. I went with Robert Beltran. Chicote.
Hmm. Is he around back then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
None of the comments like 84 or 83, and he's in that.
Cool. All right.
Cool. Yeah.
You're almost picking somebody with the same idea that Liz had. That's fun.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
All right. And for Doctor Doom, he's gonna be wearing a mask, right? I mean,
Most likely, yeah. I
most
mean, it
like,
depends on your story, but yeah, probably.
yeah.
At least some of the
Um,
time.
I went with somebody who you guys probably don't know, but after he's been on Days of Our Lives for 40 years and they just brought him back. So I went with Peter Reckle. He's both, but
Hmm.
I think I think he could do it.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
know people think soap stars, but he's pretty good. He was definitely the popular one at the time.
They get some you get some decent actors coming out of soaps from time to time. Not all of
Mhm.
them, mind you, but some of them.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then some of
Yeah.
them, that's just their thing. I
Right.
think of Victor. I think he helped celebrate 40 years. Oh, what is his name? It's Jennifer Aniston's dad.
Uh,
Forget his name, but yeah, he's been on there for 40 years also.
cool.
Name. That's gonna drive me crazy.
Of course it is.
Y'all go on.
All right. Um, so I figured, I mean, while I was going with over the top with Namor, I wanted somebody who could do a little more menacing with Doom, but who could still act well enough to like play the kind of tortured genius thing.
Mhm.
Um, I chose Stacy Keach
Ooh,
Yeah, good choice.
yeah.
because this is back just as this would have been right before the Mike Hammer series, and so if he took what he did with Mike Hammer in that series, because I like that show a lot, and like slowed it down half a beat, I think it would. I think you'd get an interesting result out of that.
Hmm.
I have no idea if any of that made any sense whatsoever, but I'm going
It
with it.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
it did.
Nice choice.
I liked him on
Yeah.
Titus.
Yeah. I like
Hmm.
Stacy Keach. Yep.
Hmm.
Very good actor. Alrighty.
For me,
Les.
for me, I went with a stage actor. I went with Max von Sydow,
Hmm.
who has played villains before.
You're just trying to get
Clytus,
him out of
I'm
Flash
bored.
Gordon.
Clytus, I
I,
am bored.
I liked him in Strange Brew, but
Girl, what is inside of you? Took a little bit, didn't it?
No, I had to inhale.
Okay. All right.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Cool. Yep, I
Yeah.
mean, there's no doubt, there's no
Oh,
mistake with
yeah.
him. He's good.
He
He's
is.
awesome. Yep.
Yep.
He is awesome. Mine, y'all might consider an interesting choice. How about Frank Langella?
Oh, yeah.
Dracula?
I could see
Dracula.
that. Yep.
He was also Skeletor.
He was, but I'm sure he would rather forget that.
Yeah, he may. He's done some great roles,
He
and
has
he's
done
done
some
some
great roles.
villainous roles. So yes, he can do
Mhm.
this.
I think he could.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like it.
I do too.
All righty, awesome picks, guys.
I
Congrats.
I did do one bonus pick.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to do that. Go ahead.
I went ahead and cast Silver Surfer
Okay.
Oh, very
just
good.
because you never know. Maybe he's in a post credit scene or something for
There you
setting
go.
up the second movie because Fantastic Four movies and Silver Surfer and Galactus in the second movie seems to be a trend. Hopefully that's not where we're going with this new one. But
No, they're
anyway.
going to be in the first one, so that's okay.
Oh well, there you go. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing that. So for Surfer, I chose Jeff Goldblum.
Ooh, cool.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just thought he would be fun because I mean, you think about him in that time frame. I mean, I'm thinking The Fly and um,
In Speed and Brown Shoe.
Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah.
So that Jeff Goldblum. Big Chill is also not that far away. So
I was trying to see if I get a response from Les, but obviously I won't.
What? 10 Speed and Brown Shoe? Oh,
Yes.
I remember that.
I remember it being around. I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember watching it. I remember the title. I don't know why, but I do.
With Ben Vereen?
Yep. He was 10 speed. Anyone else have some bonus casting? I didn't mean to cut you off there, Mikey. That was a good choice.
No worries.
I think I already gave mine.
Oh,
I was hoping you'd done a whole
Oh,
cast
hell
based
no.
on that. But I can see why I mean, you're not going to top it anyway.
I was thinking that we could have done a version of uh, pets for the roles and called it something like Fantastic Fur. I couldn't come up with enough stuff for it.
Right. Well, you should talk to Liz. I bet she could help.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all get together and come up and develop that idea. There you go.
Brain's already turning.
I'm sure it is.
Yep, that hamster's going as fast as possible.
Now we're thinking dogs. It's Chihuahua.
I don't think a chihuahua would fit in a hamster wheel.
Be funny watching them try.
Well, it would be hilarious watching them try for sure, but yeah.
All right, on that note, we are going to go ahead and take our second break and come back with geek news for you. Welcome back. It is time for Geek News for You. In this segment, we bring a couple of news items to the table for discussion. And for this week, it's Liz and myself. And Liz, you go first, please.
Yep. We were talking about Superman earlier, and I want to talk about one of the happy effects from Superman. Not only are we getting a great film for our DC fandom, but by putting crypto in it and telling his story of his rescue dog himself, which kudos to Gunn for that. They said a week after this movie has come out that the app's Woof which helps with dog training, reported that the search "Adopt a Dog Near Me" skyrocketed a whopping 513%. Also, they said rescue adoptions near me went up 163%, and adopt a puppy was up 31%. So people are wanting doggies, and I think that's great. Coming from a city that's really overcrowded with unwanted animals, it's really sad. So to see a wonderful side effect like this is just a blessing. So I hope the movie does well. I hope that people who are getting their dogs will love them and keep them. And I hope a lot of dogs find their forever homes through this. And that's just a week. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping this trend will continue. But pretty awesome. Like I said, I think him sharing the story of his own dog inspiring Crypto and that she was a rescue, and I think that really helped. I think the name is Uzu is his dog's name. So,
Mhm.
but he said it was kind of based on his dog. I think for the um I think this article said for the CGI they used on Crypto, which when I heard that at first, it was kind of like, why? You miss such a golden opportunity to rescue an animal and use them in a movie, but it sounds like even without doing that, it had that effect. So that's awesome. But it sounds like they used his dog to model the CGI after. So, but like I said, I'm happy. So yay, Crypto. He's doing something good. You know?
Well, it's always been a thought that you don't have kids or dogs in movies because they are so difficult to deal with.
Yeah,
So the CGI is a great idea. And to me, that was the wisest choice they could make
yeah.
in that instance.
Well, there's been a few movies where they've taken rescued an animal, and then usually the either someone on the set or the handler winds up adopting them. But um, it I will say, especially with rescue animals, you don't know what. I mean, I hate to say that, but you don't know where they came from for what kind of temperament they have. So it's a little bit harder than using a trained dog. But once it works and they click, it's awesome. I think John Wick's dog was a rescue dog. I don't think the Deadpool dog was. I think it was just he found him through an ugly dog competition or something. But yeah, I definitely understand the kids and the pet thing, and it would be harder to work with, especially reshoots. You
Oh,
can't get an animal to do the same thing twice. Yeah.
Benji was a rescue itself. So
Oh, I forgot about Benji. He was. They had quite a few Benjis that was. I loved those movies. Oh, I'm gonna have to look those up again.
Thanks, Les.
well, we know what next week's topic is going to be.
Right?
Mm, cool.
Yep. So that's what I got. Like I said, it's a happy side effect.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it's great.
She's
Hmm.
gonna watch Oh Heavenly Dog. Yay!
Maybe
Benji,
Airbud.
Benji with the thinking of Chevy Chase. Woo-hoo!
That'll sell tickets.
Mm, thrill a minute.
Alrighty. Well, my article talking about the other movie that's coming out in July. You might have heard of it, called Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
Wait, what? There's a Fantastic Four movie.
What's that?
I
Is
would
that
never have known.
DC?
Is this the one by Roger Corman?
Uh, you joke. I've heard rumblings that they may actually make a cameo in the film.
Hmm.
Cool.
The cast of that film. That would be cool. We'll see.
That actually would be cool.
Considering that film was never released. So
Right.
yeah. At one time, it was reported that the running time was 2 hours and 10 minutes, but we got an official running time of 1 hour and 55 minutes. But I do have some sad news off of that. In that 15 minutes that's been trimmed, that is including John Malkovich's role as Red Ghost.
Aw.
Huh.
He will not be in the film.
Well, dang it.
Yeah, oh boy, believe me. Director Matt Shakeman is upset that had to happen, but it was for the best interest of the film. He's a big he's a big Malkovich fan. He's and a quote was, "There was a lot of stuff to balance in this movie, and some things had to go. John is one of my favorite humans and one of my biggest inspirations. It was heartbreaking not to include."
I can understand it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that sucks. It really sucks that he's not in there. And this is the second Marvel movie that, well, he's not going to show up in. Because supposedly he was going to be cast as Vulture for Spider-Man 4. The Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
Hmm.
And I'm like, ooh, I think I remember that. And I thought that would be an awesome
That would be
casting.
fun.
Him as Vulture would be awesome. Totally. So, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that does.
I mean, there has been some rumblings because he showed up in the teaser trailer, but when the second trailer and the new posters came out, his name was not included, and he was obviously not in the trailer. So there were some people wondering then if he had been edited out, and now we have confirmation.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, alrighty, any special mentions or shout outs this week?
No, not me.
Nothing here.
Well, keeping in tune with the theme tonight of like the 70s and 80s, right before the show, I found out that Theo Huxtable died. Of course,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Um, wow. I think they said it was an accidental drowning.
Yeah,
Um,
they were. His family was out on a trip, and I think he was swimming or something like.
yeah, got caught in the current.
Yeah,
And I was watching him. I think I mentioned it on here too. I watched him on The Resident, which would have been the first thing I'd seen him in a very long time, and he was really good. I mean, he tackled some real heavy topics on the show, so I was excited to see him back. Um, but on the show and also outside of the show and stuff, he's really built. I mean, like very muscular. So to hear that had happened was kind of like, wow,
Yeah, it's
such a
rough.
freak accident.
He's
And I grew up with him on TV, what he did.
and he
Uh,
was our age too.
yeah,
yeah.
he was.
So that's always a little jarring.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I thought that was worth mentioning because we grew up with him. He
Yep.
was always the older brother I didn't have. You know.
Well, and the way he died, the way he went, and it's the summer, so there's a lot more people going out and swimming, and whether it's a lake or the ocean or a pool or something like that, just be careful. Just be
Yeah,
careful.
for sure. You never know.
You
It could
never
look
know.
totally calm on the surface, you know.
Yep. 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 Our thoughts are with his family
Sure.
and friends
Yep.
tonight.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead and move on to our regular shout-outs then. Want to thank Pop Goes the Culture for allowing us to be a part of a little great podcast network. If you want to check them out, we'll have a link in the show notes. I also want you to check out the fine men and women who spread the word of the fellowship by retweeting our links on Twitter. And they are better known as Potter and Family. So check them out. You can just do a search, hashtag Potter and Family, and just scroll through, and whatever catches your eye, by all means, go check them out. Thank you guys, as always. I want to thank Manny the Martyr for supplying music to our podcast. In our show notes, we'll have a link to where you can check out some of their other music. And you, dear listener, thank you for downloading and listening to today's episode. We value your feedback. If you'd like to reach out to us, there's several ways you can do that. Our email address is email@thefellowshipofthegeeks.net. Or you can go to the website, go to the About Us page, and there is a contact form you can fill out there. Don't believe we mentioned it today, but we do have a Discord that's open for anybody to come join us and hang out with us, and we do have a section specifically for feedback. Discord is free to sign up for. The apps are in the App Store free. We do have open invitation on our homepage. On our Discord, we'll post a lot of news items, stuff for discussion, stuff to laugh at, stuff to listen to, trailers. We'll have events like game nights or movie nights, something like that. So, once again, if you want to come hang out with us, we're right there. Come join us.
Yep.
Social media. On Facebook, we're The Fellowship of the Geeks. On Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, we're at Fellowship Geeks. If you like to follow our personal Twitter accounts, Mike can be found at Mikey Geek. Liz can be found at LN_geek. Les may or may not be found at Fake Les Webster. And I can be found at Tom TC Geek. And from wherever you download our episodes, if you'd be so kind enough as to rate and review our show, it would be greatly appreciated. Anything else before we say goodbye?
Just thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate you listening.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate the support as always. And until next time, geek on, my friends.
We thank you for listening to the show. Comments, suggestions, and questions can be sent to email@thefellowshipofthegeeks.net. You can follow us on Facebook at The Fellowship of the Geeks and on Twitter at Fellowship Geeks. Until next time,